I think it's... Is it on?
I think it's on.
Hello.
Hello, Australia.
Hello. Lucy, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. What are you doing?
This is just a random chat. It's my first time that I've ever heard of this podcast live, and it's quite exciting, but I'm very nervous because I'm not sure what to talk about.
Wow. You're pretty good so far.
I am, yeah.
The way you
I
just
like
talk.
crowds, yeah.
We're waiting in a car park. We're sitting on the floor.
Yeah, we're pretty dodgy.
Yeah, we look really dodgy. waiting to do some work somewhere. But what do you think of Caloundra, mate?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And are you from the Sunshine Coast?
No, I'm originally from Sydney. What about yourself?
I'm from Logan.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Don't start me.
Born and bred?
Yeah, Underwood. I grew up at Underwood,
yeah.
and then just on the other side of the road is Brisbane.
Okay.
So I was in Springwood, so it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. I grew up on Underwood Road in Sydney.
No way.
Yes, I did. How random is that? That's like Western
What
Sydney.
suburb?
St Clair.
St Clair. What's the next suburb? next to
Like Mt Druit, Penrith.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow, what was
So
that
that's
like?
That's why I wouldn't tease Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Mt Druitt, I remember Mt Druitt because at our little state school football team, we'd play Mt Druitt, and I remember going, whoa, these Mt Druitt kids were just big, and they were from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
You know, there were Islander kids
Yeah,
then
exactly.
before
Lots of them, yeah.
Logan had Islander kids.
Yeah.
And what?
Yeah.
When did you leave there?
When I was 24.
Wow, so you are a proper Penrith.
Westie.
Like
yeah,
Westie.
Penrith, yeah. With an F. Penrith.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
St Clair. Is that like an industrial estate?
No, it's just suburbia.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Your family's still there?
Yeah.
Dead set.
2 sisters and mum and dad.
Well, we got the Clune coming into this podcast right now.
Yeah.
Say hi, Clune.
Hi, Clune.
Clune was on podcast number 11. You'll hear his dulcet guitar tones from memory.
Is that what you guys
you're
are
just hanging around,
discussing?
mate.
Sorry,
do we have
this
something
is
we have
random.
to do?
Yeah, do you have
Do you want me to stop?
Yeah.
No.
No?
We're just waiting for the others to come back. So, no, podcast away.
Excellent.
Cool. Far be it from me to interrupt this seminal moment in entertainment.
Oh, yes. So tell us more about Mt Druitt.
Well, I lived in St Clair. I didn't hang out in Mount Druitt too much because... Pardon?
I said ask you about your boss.
No, we're not discussing that.
What?
What do you mean?
Oh, you
what?
mean old days boss or...
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah.
That's already my disclaimer. I'm not talking about it.
No. Yeah, come on, give us some... What's the local shops?
St Clair shops. And that's where I used to hang out after school, and I was known as a shoppy.
Right.
Yeah. And I actually used to love it. I never had any problems with it. I had really great friends. And then when I left, and now when I go back, it just depresses me that my parents are still there.
Yeah.
But I think they're about to move, which I hope they are. It's
Really?
just gross.
Where would they move?
Newcastle.
Oh, that's cool.
Got a sister in Newcastle, yeah.
Could you imagine living out there?
No.
I freak out when I'm not near the water.
Okay,
now.
yeah.
Like, or just that bit of sea air.
Yeah.
Go, oh, I'm so hot. And then I
Yeah.
think, oh, man, I'm inland. There'll never be
Yeah.
this ocean. There'll never be a seagull.
Yeah.
It actually freaks me now.
Freaks, does it?
Yeah, really does.
Yeah.
So, I remember when I lived in Ashfield in Sydney, and I had a girlfriend. She was from Poland,
Okay.
and we had to drive out to, I'm thinking Liverpool, but it was further than that.
Okay.
And I remember going, yeah, we're in Ashfield, sort of inner city sort of thing.
Inner city pressure.
Inner city pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah.
Because just yesterday, all weekend, I was
Okay.
tripping out about there was a bee on your boob and your ear.
Oh,
Dead set. But it was right on your boob and I was about to go, hey. Inner city pressure, outer city pressure.
What were you...
Was that
Figured out
line in
that
that,
yesterday?
Clune,
not Flight of
under
Conchords.
pressure. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah.
Wayne and
Under
Bowie.
pressure.
You know what? It just dawned on me what the line is in that song.
What?
It's the terror of knowing what this world... I can't even sing it in the melody. It's the terror of knowing what this world is about.
Okay.
That freaked me out all weekend. I'm like, yeah. All of a sudden, recently, it just dawned on me what the world is about.
Okay,
I didn't want to
kids.
discuss this now. It freaked me
Yeah.
out all weekend. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
under pressure. And then it got me thinking about the Flight of the Conchords, great song.
Yeah.
In the city pressure.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's business time.
Yeah, but in the city pressure, you can't even what happened to all those other underpants you had?
Yeah.
Man, why can't I think of that right now?
Think of it. Because you're under pressure. That's why. I'm not even thinking.
But you sold your chair, so you just stand there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a great band.
Yeah.
The story with them is, I heard later, you know Murray from that show?
Yeah.
Well, he went on Triple J a year or two after that because the Flight of the Conchords had this travelling act with all these songs.
Okay.
And they got this HBO
Yeah,
deal to make the TV show, right? So once they did the TV show the first season, and I think they had another year off.
Yep.
And then everyone went mad for the season, so they did the next season. But right up until the last days, it was as if Murray was sort of taking the piss out of them too.
Yeah. Okay.
They didn't have any new songs.
Okay.
Because they'd been travelling with pretty much 80% of those songs that work so well. These dudes, who've got a great thing, found themselves going, oh, no. Now they're kind of famous. They have to write these new comedy songs for this new show.
Better,
yeah, and it really flipped them out right up until the last thing. That's what he was saying.
Okay. I heard that they stopped because they wanted to stop on top. So they didn't want to kind of drag it out. A little bit like why Kurt Cobain killed himself, right?
Oh, bring it down. Why don't you just bring this whole deal down? You know what was weird? Did you see on Facebook some grub was... I've never seen it and I don't want to see it. Someone had printed out Kurt Cobain's suicide letter.
That's not a big...
It's a fly.
What is that?
It's a fly on my leg.
Massive.
I wish it went on my boobs.
Okay. Someone, keep going. Someone printed out...
Yeah, Kurt Cobain's suicide note and printed it on T-shirts and he was selling it. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And it was there, ready to read. And I went, I don't want to read it.
Yeah, I think I've read it.
Oh, you're a weirdo.
Not from an actual letter, from an article.
Okay.
It was something. I think it was. It's better to burn out than fade away.
Oh.
I think that was his notes.
Sorry, we're recording.
So can you please roll your car out?
Wow.
Yeah, I
see.
I think that could be right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That was my era, man.
Yeah, same. It's a big conspiracy that Courtney Love killed him.
Well, actually, you know what I heard last week? Exactly last week, was that he... some people are saying that he actually dropped his baby girl in a heroin nod out.
Ooh.
Yeah, and was feeling so much guilt about his addiction, and he dropped his little girl like in a nod out thing, and that's really what flipped him out and feeling. Yeah, and that sounds, I could believe that.
Yeah.
You know, that's straight out of Left Park. I'd never heard that one before, but that'd definitely be like, oh man, you've done a bad thing, dude. But you know, I'm Twitter, right? Is something I don't really care about, but I do get on Twitter a lot now.
Do you?
Yeah, but Frances Bean Cobain is on there, and she's really funny.
Yeah, is she?
Yeah, she's actually really.
I believe she's like 18 now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and my daughter is 22. She's actually born on the same day. Yeah.
You?
Yeah. Don't get all Mt Druit with me. I'm from Logan, mate.
So you were like 10 when you had her?
19.
Wow.
I'm 42 now.
Okay,
But anyway, my daughter is born on the same day as Frances Bean Cobain. Yeah. Just really...
Same year, same day,
exactly same day,
wow.
same year, yeah.
Okay.
And I was right into Nirvana then. I remember going, Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana at that time.
Pearl Jam.
I didn't really
Pumpkins.
actually...
I did.
Yeah. But do you remember what else was out at that time?
Heroin.
No! well, yeah. The crappy music. Like, when people say, oh, yeah, I love the 80s, all I can think about is horrible 80s.
What's a horrible 80s song?
I know. You know what? When I first left school and I started drinking at pubs, this was the first sort of techno to hit the clubs was, how was Black Box go?
Oh, 'cause you're right on time. Dun, dun, dun.
'Cause
you're right on time.
What about this beat is technotronic.
I was going to say electronic. It is technotronic.
Get around it for you. I thought you. Yeah. Which sounds pretty good now.
Yeah.
But I relate it,
Shit
isn't it funny?
around.
I relate it to not knowing what to drink. We'd go to this pub and they'd let us all drink anything we want.
Yeah.
You remember those days where
Yeah.
there's no, like, you're too drunk to drink here.
Yeah, exactly.
These green drinks at the Currabee Hotel in Logan, Currabee.
Ew.
And I actually first went there when I was 14,
Okay.
wearing my mate's uncle's clothes. 14! Imagine me, how young I would have looked.
Yeah.
And these big sort of Islander guys ran the pub. So I remember them looking at me just smiling, going to get in.
Yeah.
And then I did it again for the next week. They let me in twice when I was 14.
What were you drinking, Midori?
It was some sort of green Midori drink. And I got so sick. And the songs that were on then, right on
Made
time,
you more sick.
right on. Yeah, now when I hear them, all I think about, they had some funny name like the Green Lizard. Oh, man.
Slime.
What about, is Prospect near
Yeah.
St. Clair? Yeah? I've done a
Bucktown,
gig
yeah.
out there.
Have you?
Yeah, it's a real bikey area.
Is it? Yeah.
Prospect. There was a
And Seven Hills is
huge
quite
bikey
bikey as
gig
well.
I did
Yeah.
once.
How was that?
Huge. It wasn't cool. Like
Yeah.
Sausage Fest.
Yeah, okay.
It really was.
And-
And I'm talking like thousands of bikes showed up in this 1 hour. Like all these guys from one club showed up on bike. It was like we were playing, I remember, and it was during the day.
Yeah.
All of a sudden this rumble of thunder just came. I'm like, what the hell's that? And over this door and over this like gate, you just saw thousands of bikes over like an hour, full hour, just rolling in.
Because you play covers, right?
Do now, but back then.
Oh, back then you weren't.
Yeah,
I was going to say, were you afraid that they didn't like your music, they were going to beat you up?
No, because
I
I
don't
play
know.
rhythm guitar like Malcolm Young from AC/DC, mate.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I speak the Brotherhood's language.
Okay. Do you have any tats? No.
No. I used to draw them on then.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have any tats?
Yeah, I got two.
Do you?
Yeah.
Where?
One here
Yeah.
and one on my lower back.
Star on your foot there and one on your lower back.
Star on my ankle.
Tramp stamp on your lower back. What? Yeah?
Tramp stamp on
Yeah?
my lower back.
Do you love them?
Well, I can't see my lower back one.
Show me this. That's exactly my wife's one. Exactly the same. My wife's got one right there.
Actually, it's the nautical star. It's what they
Ah.
which I don't understand. I should probably look into it because I do own it on my foot forever now.
Is that like I
It's
need
what
a
the
tattoo,
sailors-
give me that one.
Well, Kerry got a
The seaman, really?
yeah. No,
Yeah?
I swear we are over 20. We're actually over 30. So say this is how they used to
do you need help?
navigate.
Do you need help?
What, are you just hang around?
I've lost something now. No.
Okay. Well, they say this is how they used to navigate their way around the ocean, but I don't understand 5 points. I
Clune.
understand.
I reckon you would know.
Do you know?
A 5-pointed
nautical star.
nautical star. Actually, it's on a lot of maps. You're
Yeah.
right. It's on a lot of
I don't
maps.
understand why 5. I understand north, south, east, west, and then the northeast, whatever,
It's not something
south.
to do with the Southern Cross, is it?
No, I don't think it's Aussie. I don't know, to be honest.
Hey, guess what?
Just, oh,
Really?
Did you? No,
No, you gave it to me, mate. Yeah.
No, I gave you the wrong one. I gave you my car key.
Oh,
Thank you.
sorry,
I'm
mate.
thinking I locked it in the car back at work.
Oh, well,
Cool. Carry on.
what's suspense and action from this
I
podcast?
gave you the key for my car. The key for this one's still sitting in the glove box. Great, mate. Thank you.
Excellent.
Break 'em. I'm picturing
That was like an ad break.
break into my
There was.
fucking- I'm sorry, 5-pointed star, no idea.
No
My-
idea.
The only star I'm aware of which 5 points I think might be, would it be an inverted pentagram?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
rock
my
and
God.
roll.
Well, that's why I got this, because Kerry has a pentagram on his ankle that a friend of ours,
He has the ankle of the beast.
Really?
pretty much. So he's got the star with the circle, and a friend of ours tattooed it like 10 years ago, and it was a home tattoo, to the point now if you touch it, it still hurts. Obviously,
Wow,
he's hit a
really?
bone or
Really?
something.
Yeah, really?
Oops.
Have you heard of Stitcher?
How long have you
Stitcher.
had that?
When I came back from London, so 2008, I was 28.
All right, straight out of Mount Druitt into London.
No, straight out of
They
Mount,
wouldn't have
Mount
known
Druitt
what-
into Gold Coast and then into London. And I think
Far
that kind of shook the West out of me for a
It's
bit.
like
I can
Paris,
actually-
Rome, London, Mount Druitt.
Yeah.
Surfers, London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually reckon you've got a Mount Druitt accent.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I think
It's not,
so.
no,
It's
but
still in
my
there.
mate's from Penrith, and he's definitely got a bit of a Penrith,
Okay.
something about it, you
That
know,
almost
and
sounds
everyone...
English. That definitely wasn't West.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't put any F words in it.
Well,
like
you
he
need,
would.
you need to speak a bit like this.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like Penrith. Where are you from, the roof?
Stitcher, right? Remember this. There's a guy in Miami. he's had 5 million